to me sweet. Double R stitched
Hey, good
in my
afternoon,
seat.
everyone.
Powder
Welcome back
footprints
to another
falling off
Kickoff
my
podcast.
feet.
But a ton of stuff to go over across the soccer landscape, but especially within the club. Just a huge weekend with some huge results. Repping the Brooklyn Warriors today, supporting the supporters of Brooklyn Soccer. You'll see these guys out at the Brooklyn FC matches. They've also been kind of unofficially supporting us as well, on social media especially. So it was great to connect with those guys and do a jersey swap, hook them up with the Street to Shore jersey, fresh from our League for Clubs men's team, our 2026. So again, check out the shirts online, cop one if you can. And just to get right into the recap from this weekend, we'll very quickly going to touch on worldwide soccer. Champions League, obviously, Saturday. Different opinions about the match itself, but definitely a lot of drama all the way down to the very end with the penalties. And PSG came out on top, which you of course know by now. I do want to highlight the PSG side, which has really taken a big turn from a few years back when they took the kind of superstar ego first mentality towards building the roster. And to me, it's very refreshing to see how Luis Enrique has come in and just completely revamped not only the structure, the type of roster, the culture, and how everybody's truly bought in to the club, to the team, how they play, and really moved away from the look at me approach, which really plagues, honestly, our game across all levels. It really moved away from that, attention seeking type of culture. Also at the coach level too. Luis Enrique is not a guy who brings a lot of attention to himself. And so it's really nice to see that type of culture being rewarded. So congrats to PSG. Tough one for Arsenal. But definitely, at the end of the day, a good season for them with the Premier League and a narrow loss in Champions League final. So moving things back domestically very quickly, because there's not a whole lot going on. But Gotham FC, New York, New Jersey, Gotham in NWSL won again, 1-0. So nice result for them. And then Brooklyn FC on the men's side in USL Championship had a 2-2 draw versus Sporting Jacks. So it was good to see them pick up a point. And they will be back home on Sunday, June 7th, with a huge match versus Portland Hearts of Pine, which if you don't know, it's from the USL 1, but a club that is generating a ton of support, and I'm sure they'll be bringing a huge group down to Coney Island to support. So it'll be a great match if you can check it out. Now, to get into Brooklyn FC, first, as you saw in the intro, we got to shout out the men who are now with a huge win, a 1-0 win at Reynolds Island versus Stal Milek in their promotion semifinal, as the guys are playing a playoff to try to get promoted to D1 in the Cosmopolitan League. So they had a 1-0 win and are one step away towards promotion, which in and of itself speaks to a lot. But if you consider all this stuff that we have going on in the club, the complexity of our men's side, for them to be advancing in this stage is tremendous and is something we've worked towards for years. We're not there yet. We have a big match on this Sunday, 8 p.m. versus New York International Football Club, but a huge first step for our men as they get closer to promotion to Division One. And again, to tie into the theme back, as I mentioned, with Champions League and PSG, we really have a collective culture here at BCFC. And so when one team advances and achieves success, it's the entire program and the entire club achieving the success. So we've expanded this year with 3 men's teams. This allowed us to expand the player pool, expand the training environment, expand the level of competition within the men's teams. And it's not an accident that now we've seen arguably the best season to date with our guys pushing for promotion. So one more match to go. But again, good to see that collective mindset paying off for us as well, as we've seen in the past and in other channels in the club. Speaking of other areas in the club, we'll bring it back to the women's side now. They are women's second team playing in the WPSL Division 2. had a great start to their season on Saturday night up in Kingston, New York, with a very comfortable 3-1 win versus the Kingston Capitals football club. The match itself, a very shaky start for us. Who it could be for a variety of reasons, but with some adjustments and some adaptations, we quickly, midway through the first half, took control of the match and pretty much were pretty dominant from there on in. It was a very comfortable 3-1 result for us. A lot of great stuff. You'll see some of the highlights on our social media, and just a great start for our women's second team, which officially started last year, but had a very short season as the league was kind of in infancy stage. But again, due to the collective nature of the women's side of our club, where we have 40 to 50 players in the pool, 2 teams, again, not an accident that we start to see some results and progression in their level as well. Second match for the women on Sunday, 3 p.m. in Clarkstown. Our first team traveled for an away match to kick off their season. It was the featured match of the week in WPSL. The Clarkstown Soccer Club is very good women's teams, and it's a small club known for producing a lot of players who progress to the professional level, based up in Rockland County, I believe. Our first team fell 2-0 to Clarkstown's women's team. Now, the Clarkstown team is the reigning champion of the Metropolitan Conference last year, so we finished second. It was a huge test for our squad, led by Coach Kim Wyant and Coach Amy, but the score was it's well earned by Clarkstown, but it was a little misleading as it was an extremely competitive game, and to be quite honest, our squad played quite well for the first game of the season with only a couple training sessions under the belt. Very competitive match, very good level, and I know, in speaking with Coach Kim, very happy with how we're starting the season. The result obviously is not what we want, but we look to be getting even stronger from this point on. And again, due to the strength of both the first and the second team, it's great to see, and almost expected that now we see a progression in the level. So great start for them. They'll be back at it with training tonight, actually. And finally, on the women's side, we concluded our NIM Whistle season, which is the year-round team that goes from September up until now. They had their last match of the season. We were able to field a squad, very competitive. We believe we lost 3-4. Considering we had 2 other games this weekend on the women's side, where there is crossover between players between our NIM Whistle team and our WPSL, it was great to see us put out a competitive squad and a competitive match. And a good ending, positive feeling, positive vibe to a season that's honestly been up and down. But so much credit to all those players, especially the ones who've stuck with it all season. It's a good way to end the year for them, and we'll be really excited and a good foundation to bounce back next August in preseason. So finally, on the adult side, on the men's side for League for Clubs, unfortunately, the squad does continue to struggle a bit. It's a huge adjustment in level, which we, of course, were anticipating. But in the midst of us pursuing promotion playoff on one end of the club, it's been very challenging for us to also start a brand new League for Club season. And our third game, which was on Sunday, which was a home game for us out of Wagner College in Staten Island, was again against Mid-Oval, the reigning national champions. And it's just so much quality in that Mid-Oval squad. We fell 6-0. It was pretty competitive, although we were defending quite a bit in the first half. The halftime score was 2-0. We had definitely had some chances in the first half, but it just kind of, unfortunately, the dam broke in the second half, and we did fall to that Mid-Oval by a few more goals. So now that we're done playing Mid-Oval, the national champs, we'll be looking for our League for Club squad to bounce back next Saturday with a home match at Brooklyn College versus Kingston Stockade coming down from up north. So be very excited to get back on the field and continue to build with that League for Clubs men's team. And finally, to bring it back to the youth side, All the while, we have multiple men's games and women's games going on in high stakes. We're continuing to finish out a massive youth season across the entire club. So kind of highlight some of the matches with our older teams. The results are a little bit more relevant. We had our 09 boys who are in CJSL Division 1, got a 2-2 draw versus Dusk out at Randall's Island. So a little disappointed maybe not to get the win there, but good stuff to get a result. Our 2010 boys, our U16s, had the weekend off. Our 2011 Blue Squad had a 1-0 win. So good stuff for them. Pretty solid season by our Blue Squad in the U15 boys age group. And then our 2012 Bridge Academy team, which is our top team in that age group in EDP. We got a 4-2 win versus Chelsea Piers. So they continue to fight for a possible division title in, I believe, EDP Division 2. So good stuff with Coach Kitchford and our U14 boys. And then our U14 blue team also got a result with a 2-2 draw out at a match out at Pier 5 versus Soccer Stars United. On the girls' side, our 2010s had a match on Saturday out in Long Island versus Levittown. They are in the RAL division of EDP, which is the top level. It was a 1-1 draw versus Levittown. And then on Sunday, our 2011 girls, which is our U15s, also in the RAL level, ended up with a 1-0 loss versus Northport Soccer Club, which is really the top team in our division. So disappointing result, but from what I hear, the performance was pretty good, pretty high quality game. So good stuff by them. And then our 2012-13 girls squad played a match at Met Oval, which is our brand new partner on the girls side, which we've posted about quite a bit on social media. So they played Brooklyn Forest girls team, which funny enough, they're going to be our future teammates as we all combine under Met Oval Brooklyn City moving forward. So busy day. And then of course, down through the younger ages, mixed results. We had a couple festivals with our U8s playing 4v4, and then some wins, some losses from U9, U10, U11, and so on. So another big weekend, really the last full weekend on the youth side coming up June 6th and June 7th. We got a promotion final for our men June 7th. We've got we've got a men's women's doubleheader at Brooklyn College on Saturday with our League for Clubs men's team and our WPSL 2 team, women's team. And then our women WPSL first team has an away match out in New Jersey on Sunday. So another huge weekend. And we will be back on Friday or Saturday morning to preview you all. Until then, see you then. Have a great weekend.
Listen, baby. Say you love me like